Play Store and Google Play Store, and then listen to us live. You can also download online radio bus and search for Obosi. Both of them you can download from Google Play Store or App Store and enjoy what we're doing here live. I'm Tony Olisanbeke, the Honorable Speaker of Odinigbo People's Parliament, and remember, I'm always here in the studio with Chinedu Peter Assos. It's my pleasure to welcome you, Chinedu Peter Assos.
Thank you, my brother, and your listeners.
You're welcome. We also have in the studio Ndubisi and Enugu. It's my pleasure to welcome you, Ndubisi and Enugu.
Thank you, my brother.
Okay, what we want to look at this morning, we'll be looking at what Igbos actually want in Nigeria and possibly how they can get that. You know, when you say, what is your want? What do you want? Can they feel sure? You know, if you open the phone lines and then take a few calls, you will just hear one thing. And it's predictable. You know? When you ask, can they fend by each other? Nigeria. What people want in this country? You hear one-sided, statement. You hear what they want. But all the same, it's one thing to want something, it's another thing to get it. Most times you find out that sometimes what you want, you don't get. In the Bible, we are asked, we are told, when you seek, you shall find. But at the same time, the modern world will tell you depends on how you are seeking that. You are seeking that. Because approach, methodology, and everything matters, most importantly. Exactly. All right, let's quickly ask you this question before we look at it from diverse views and others. What do you think Igbos want in this country?
Okay, thank you, Olisanbeke, and our listeners, good morning. Just like Tony highlighted, name of the phone lines which are on the line, it is most likely predictable that they will say they want freedom. So we'll narrow it down, we want Biafra. We want yes, that is the truth. But many of us have not sat down to ask ourselves, how do you actually want to get what you want? And what is the express definition of that thing you want? I've said it over and over here that I'm egocentric, and I don't have any apology. Even the people that said charity begins at home, it doesn't mean I said that. You understand? So, and what we've been doing here is to conscientize our people to have this egocentric mindset. Not me as a person, but we as a people. Whatever you do it for the sake of the people around you. You think about the next person. Then when you talk about what do we want, the way Nigeria is, we have to sit ourselves down and tell ourselves the truth of the structure of Nigeria. The structure of Nigeria, is it beneficial to our people? What originally should it be? Can we get back to that point? And I've said over time here that if I need a job for now, go do I know now today, the irreducible minimum I am an gafa regional government. Take this country back to the region, because the way Nigeria is structured, it is not just against the Igbos, but against the ordinary Nigerians in Nigeria. The people only benefit with the political class. And they are together in it, irrespective of where they come from, irrespective of their ethnicity, irrespective of their political affiliation or religion. Here, but the problem, the foundational problem of Nigeria is the way Nigeria is structured. And until we get it right, going back to what Nigeria was before, regional government, that will drive every of the aspiration whoever has in this country. It will address that problem once and for all. And I can dwell send by channel our energy towards that part. Because you must get to the door, open it before you say you are walking away.
All right, I want to ask him because I saw you know it. I want to ask, do you agree with what he said?
Yes.
You agree?
Only said.
All right, if you agree, then the question will be, what will regional government change from present government? I mean, present structure, because regional government is a structure he is proposing. That let's go back to what we were before. But now I'm asking, what will it change now if that proposal comes to fruition?
Yes. The question is simple. It will only encourage competition, production, productivity. It will encourage creativity. It will encourage people to have to allow people to express their initiative or their views. How? I'll just give an example because Emma Oku Yiba and Aso are confused in the Bahrain. Asụsụ ya ma enwere esi na ajị dị mmadụ na-arụ enwere ka isi tụpụta ya gosi ya just like ihe mee na Anambra State this last week. Enwere situation na a political party. Somebody went as far as Jigawa State, got their Jedokata court order or whatever name you call it. But INEC said the basis of removing somebody's name to impose, or is it imposition or replace somebody's name, is because of court order. From where? From Jigawa.
From Jigawa State.
My brother, Obu na-enwe regional government, a ga-enwe regional INEC, a ga-enwe regional police, a ga-enwe regional even bank, this thing in a regional bank like we used to have ZIG then be the ACB, African Continental Bank, you know, or regional bank. All enwe regional system. A ga-enwe initiative ndị be anyị na drive economically. Enwe regional ranches as far back as 1956.
Obudu Cattle Ranch.
Yes. This one, our president said that there is approval 6.5 billion naira to establish
ranch in
Katsina State. Because he's the president. He's favoring that side of the country. But all regional government, you know, whatever you want to open, whatever thing you want to establish, you do it for the interest of that region and that people. So, ejomu ke ihe dị iche, ma enwete regional government, what will be the difference? I will tell you, a lot of things will change. It begins with the process of hiring our servants, our public servants. It begins with the processes of saying you again represent because regional government, this kind of political class, and when the interests of the people at heart, the same situation, the same thing remains. But the first thing is to have a system that will encourage productivity, that will encourage competition, and discourage consumption, laziness. What I go?
Just add in here, just ekwulu okwu ka eko ya esi ka mgbanwe ya ewetelu ndị be anyị ka more interested in ya. Remember that our people are very creative, innovative. Enwe regional government, ihe niile Nigerian structure they deprive our people will start getting it.
What are those things, if you ask?
This Ghana street, they have young people. They have young people where crafts, where innovative ideas. They are not being harnessed. They are not being looked upon. Ijekuru, your senators, Hantanina and Abuja, your House of Reps, Hantanina and Abuja. Grant and with them, they are trying to play the politics of the central government. They are not interested in regional. Our politicians are not regionally driven to build their own region, but rather they are interested in the central politics. Now, even last weekend, electronic vote for electronic this thing. Vantanine disappear. My Kenda Anambra State on one thing have. You what I go now? You check here. If that now this system now, this system, this structure they deprive on the bani the opportunity. It develop like our sea base. And one of the reason why in the bank and I achieve Benatavia, Lagos, they clear island. Our from the reason pattern that Nandebani ịchịrọpụta ndị ga-achị gị because ibe niile gbakọtara na ndị ga-achị gị ọ bụla Abuja ga na-edecide ya or another place ga na-edecide ndị na-amụrụ ka ebe a sị na onye na-amụrụ ebe a na wee nye ozu ga-esi n'ọkpịa wee bọbịa. And that is what is happening to our people. And the only regional government can go nke bụ eziokwu, most of the people nọkịta na-achị anyị ama mbekete nso n'ọchịchị because it will bring government closer to the people. Anyị na-enezi ndị mmadụ anya n'iru na iru. Kedu ihe na-drive gị? A na-ekwu okwu ban open grazing na nka onwere nke dị interested. Eluzi okwu mgbe a na-ekwu okwu electronic transmission of result. Farmer that na emenya na ọ ga-elibido some of them na nwere popularity ịbanye n'ọkwa gọọmenti. Ifeanyi na-agbapụsie nwere nke chọrọ because they are not interested. Even to the point that Oji Uzor Kalu said that na network adịrọ na bie. You can imagine that embarrassment. A former governor of the state, a senator. Now, this nonsense. If that now, these people are people that have nothing to offer to the people. But yet, due to the system, they swim in the impunity. They want the system to remain. And these are the things that undermine. Even in Nigeria, why now transmit their results online. There, you can just do your result. Even national ID card, EDM biometrics, everything and I go biometrics, BVI, everything and
GSM registration.
Everything you know. Then why? What is now difficult? Email, electronic transmission. Or saying that now network na better.
Do you think that JAMB, like we know very well now, is computer based? Do you think issue of JAMB and then election they are the same thing?
You know, the be the JAMB, get pace result. You want we can say about one to Jebe you take your result of it. Manaketa no, you know, you may pay your system if your result. And if on in a shorter and quicker time.
Look, I will not brought the same thing.
Bank on servers.
Bank, you know, in a village, you use POS.
POS, na your village.
Ego.
What of the network I do have?
Of course, now network is everywhere.
Just like we know very well.
Tony, I want a justification then here. Ebe na ballot paper. Ebe na ballot paper ga for people to cast vote. Development kwesi ga look ebe na ndị abụ mmadụ kana.
And I have made a very strong analogy when I say that in computing there's what they call cache. Is more like a very storable memory device attached to some of these gadgets. Once, just like when I send SMS, I did that analogy. In a village, a network card will now send their message, SMS, as a way of transmitting the results. You can't record the message back, SMS message.
No, you can't.
Once you sent it,
in storage.
Or ban a card because it has not delivered because of getting network. Network behind us was delivered. But when you send it, you cannot recover it.
Yes, you can recover it.
And I made that analogy saying that it's just like sending this thing. Because so if you send the SMS, so it was a Ghana server.
Yes.
Send a server to turn back to the
Ebony. You only get receive it.
Man, not send it at first. Network came out, Omanuna again a server. Man, it cannot recall it back. It's very simple. You cannot recall it back.
But it will still deliver.
It will still deliver. Immediately you make a move to where there is, because local governments and state capitals once again a network. Once you make a move to those places, it will deliver.
Definitely.
So what are they trying to say?
That is what INEC said. That is what INEC said. That they can transmit results everywhere.
And the consciousness of the people, the consciousness of the people about tomorrow. But these people want to make it more difficult for us, and they are trying to conscientize the people to have confidence in the system of electoral process. They want the people to say, my vote can't count, because all that loophole the people should understand that these people don't even want you to cast your vote. They want you to stay out so that they will be able to manage and manipulate the system. But once the people come up in full force, which is why we are doing what we are doing here. If I name back and them water that Nandi Anoma may benefit from your ignorance and nonchalant attitude and gullibility that you don't want to get involved. They want you to stay out. This is their business. You understand?
That's the business. You know, just like people are talking about electronic voting and mail voting. Even at US, I was actually saying that US is 100% network coverage. Yes. They don't have it. But when we found out about mail voting and all that, a situation whereby even the physically challenged, those in the hospital, those that day, all they need is to follow the matrix accreditation through the system and they get accredited and get their vote cast. And before you know it, you get delivered. Why are politicians, especially those politicians, majority from North, and some of them from South, afraid of this electronic transmission and collection of results? You've said why? Because you don't want because how they benefit. Could there be any other reason?
My brother, in Anya, like I said, political ideology. We don't have political ideology. It will surprise you that an aide of the president to the National Assembly now congratulate Ndic vote to they rejected that transmission of result, that they have voted on the interest of the North. Now that is to tell you that Noboda, Nejigage, and some of our politicians from here are playing the politics of the North. Why can't you play the politics of the East? What do we want? Because someone a regional government, how could you know my ban on open grades, my insecurity, my electoral process, my educational system where you are shy, we have 150 or maybe one admission into unity school, while somebody non Jigawa way too, and now you are order on free education. At the end of the day, if we are these people, I don't want that now meet into the national treasury. They are not even bringing anything or much. And the people who are they see that they are not even giving the opportunities. I've said it the other time. Judges appoint. 18 judges, so from 18 judges ML appoint, 12 from the North. All these things will address some of these things. I know. Never ya hotaro. Mani poku asigi never cho Biafra keki yesu enwetia. Ma obu di nwetoro a regional government force. You build oba even na ekwu okwu ebe akuluo uno. But akuluo now will not work when you have irresponsible political class and government na Igbo. Our people try not back. Our people they lose good confidence now. Now they want to return home. But government no. On our Padova, can do the policies for keep in place. He make sure they encourage Akuluona. They buy and invest in their companies here. The governor also nobody here. Can ensure that new law company, new law factory, when the mother produce or something, you'll be able to transport your goods from one state to the other without us harassing you on the street. These are part of the things I know here. Man, a regional government, all that address all these things. All that address all these things in the sense that you no longer need an excuse that not because now blockage, now legislation stop from doing something or one thing or the other for your people. Our people must channel their energy. Carry well the right people by local government. Beginning from now, I need a quote, I need a bidoketa. Why can't I just send them out the Potani Igwe? Ebidogo registration.
Online registration.
Jebe never name registration. All online can only do Kebafaya. Online can name go to Keta. Eba them like cafe. Jebe. But we own Bandi Good Governance Ministry.
EGM ne register Noka.
I register one them what Noka office in Noka. Because I want internet access. And then they help or register. Ebe ko all the number direct go na our office in na dinner on nature. Ebi Gabia, I made the registration. Register, I will mobilize 1 million votes. So that I never got any for that new Sudan Sobu I am antology votes. That is the simple thing. And I got put an Igwe. Quite able that now, 200,000 put out 12 votes. Before they manipulate Yenya, I then a court. Or saying that now, no one will can vote. Only about 4th, I will about first. these people cannot can't vote. They cannot buy the entire Anambra state. I can tell you that. Ma one of the people put on igwe. See that no onye anọ be ife na-ekwu ife anyị na-ekwu na-eme ife anyị na-eme chọrọ ọdị mma anyị na-emepụtagodi anyị na-afịa anyị enwe ike kwado onye afọ unu akwụsị ka e na-eyuzu unu agbanwe na aka ukporoloma ndị election because ịma na a ga-eke ego unu eruje bịa esele unu picture sele unu video bụ unu na ha dị popular transfers ya na rigin fa ga-eme because ọnwụ na ịbịa na ebe ha na-akpọ oku election si no campaign onwere onye fafo famalugo that na ndị mmadụ result election emego onwe that place na edoro popular but due to na agụụ dị n'obodo a na-use the instrumentality of poverty and hunger wele eme ka ndị mmadụ alụ so ha ma that na fasi gị na gị bịa na ị ga-achọ ibe keta 1000 naira maka ọ ma that na eme zụta 1000 maka ọ ma that na o mee gị inweta nwere ọrụ maka na ọ ma na o mee gị ije n'afịa nwere ife ị ga-azụpụta ịzụpụtagodo nwere ife uru ego a ga-abara gị so kama ị ga-ejebe nyebe onwe gị so bịa ịbịa ebe na-eme kampen bụ eju eke gị 1000 selu gị ewelugo gị mee ife a na-eme mgbe a ga-atụzi elekshọn ife so ọbaba akpọ defe asị gị na ha nwe popularity onye gba fọt wee gba fet acha niile bụ anyị nwa kọsụl ya maka na ị nọ n'ụlọ ekwere apụta mana anyị nta niile pụta na-ekwu n'ofu ọnụ chịkọnata ọnụ dịka ndị gọvanansi si achịkọnata na mgbasa ozi ndị BVI na-agbasa na n'igwe okwu ịntanetị ọ ga-achụ ndị ọsọ ọkpa elu anị n'ala adụrọ mma bụ uru ndị nze anyị na-anya n'obodo a bụ ndị politishans fadị achọrọ ọdịmma gị so ife anyị na-ekwu okwu bụ ife ndị Igbo chọkarịsị bụ nnwere onwe pụọ n'aka ndị ọchịchị nchigbu ịghọtago so ife ị ga-eme bụ ịkpọ nọmba akara igwe ndị Good Governance Ministry 08104207522 ọzọkwa 08104207522 ma ọ bụ ịkpọ 08060982212 ọzọkwa 08060982212 ọ akara aka ọ ya wee kpọọ anyị wee na-achịkọta onwe ebe ọbụla ị nọ kwadobe anyị ebidogoro na Anambra steeti maka onye bụ nke na anyị n'aka kịta ifugonu chandum ha na-egwu ifugonu ife ha na-emegasị anyị amago ndị ọdịmma anyị dị mma n'obi anyị amago ndị anyị na-amakwu n'ife anyị na-eme anyị nwe ka ọ dị elu ịpụta kwudosie ike kwado ezigbo ọchịchị because ọ ndị ahụ ka ọ ya abụ ụdị ife azapụta National Assembly dapụta ya si fa ma anọrọ ebe ọ sụkwa ya bụrụ fa anọrọ ebe a na-eti mkpu na ebe a ka ndị be anyị chọrọ a na-ekwu okwu restructuring ndị ga-eme ihe bụ na National Assembly ka ba ya anọ wee mee ya o wee bụrụ pati ya n'iwu si na Nigeria ga-return back to regional government ọkwa Buhari kwurie mgbọtị ya si na National Assembly kacha wee nwee ikike ere anyị matakwa na nyanwa ya pati nwunye asa ebe mana fa chọrọ ndị ugwu achọrọ ka a restructure obodo ahụ back to regional government maka na ihe onye Nigeria dị akwụfa n'azụ n'obodo a ha na-ride on the backs of other people and the chọrọ ka o change mana for it to change ka afụfụ ị na-ata wee bee you need the right people ije represent gị ọ ife anyị na-ekwu ebe a ka ọ ga-ebido ọ good morning to how are you ọ bụrụ sọsọ iti ị na-achọ nwere onwe na-achọ nwe kedu ka ị ga-esi nweta ya and ịma that na mụ na gị ma na anyị nwee regional government na ọ bụ a step closer to our final destination ọ bụ sọsọ onye nwe elu akọ na uche ga-aghọta ihe m na-ekwu ọ bụrụ ife niile ka a na-akpọ oku n'igwe okwu ka ị ghara ichepụta ọkpa gị niile n'ilo onwe ka iyi ekwu ikwuo
nke m na-ekwu bụ Chinedu Otegbu ekwubela okwu Otegbu ịgwabala ndị be anyị is more than 1 year now for people to believe in something because you must believe in something. You must have an ideology. You must believe, you must channel your mind towards one direction. You must say that this guy is honest. This guy is trustworthy. You know, all these things I know Kuketa Noah. I know regional government. It's not like no it's going anywhere down. It's not like an Ande I say okay, say I'm going to Biafra, no regional government. I buy a phone, say I be a William. No. It's not like I don't want to have Biafra tomorrow. But we are talking of how. Now, how we are saying, we've been saying over the past 1 year, is how do we identify a true leader? One of them is here, Chinedu Asozo, has been identified. If not for anything, I have identified him because he has been consistent. And abroad on as anything, abroad that he has, he wants to contest for this coming election. He doesn't have interest in that, and it's not like in any person. I know Chinedu too well. I know him over the years. It's not like in any politician or any party be a meet here, say yes, be there, go, and just be talking. And at the end of the day, you endorse me. Nobody. He is doing it for public interest. And now I ask, how many political class or politicians you have in Anambra State have been able to sponsor a program for 1 year, political education, for 1 year? How many of them? And they have all the money, they have all the contacts, they have all the resources available to them. But how many of them have sponsored a program in radio or in TV station and consistently be talking on that without waiting towards election period? I have not seen a single one person that has done that. But we have one person here who has been doing it. So the way to know a leader is sacrifice. Somebody who has the interest of the masses at the heart. It's not like all of us will not have personal interest. But when you have personal interest and public interest comes up, public interest will always take over above personal interest. Because the situation I'm working is most of our politicians, they all have personal interest and not public interest. So when public interest, we will always think of the interest of the masses. And having said that, I also want to say, Namu as a person, if I learn a message, even our politicians, open if I learn a mefa, if I learn a personally, neither an Anambra State. Negoda party in Kaibo, as a map was nafa, but I have to call it Abga, or party as a non Kendibo. Negodi name and Abga. Abga has not been able over the past 16 years, 80 years. This present governor of Keta has not been able to organize the people, the grassroots people. Even no Nenugu, you say how many meetings or how many offices can the Abga? Can the functional office ever hang? Or ya get your for money, bad gafia. Nothing. It's one online registration. How many of their wards can equip online facilities that they can register people? But then, I don't know, the whole communities, villages, branches of church. Why wouldn't a political party, where branches everywhere? So, party in Kafa, more PDP, more APC, more ADC, more Abgal, why wouldn't we start building political institutions? As a kind of example, Night of Freedom, more Night of Biafra. Kezo de Biafra nacho. Why a political party do I naka? How have we been able to empower that political party and empower our people? Not every time an ejeko court, because now we're internal democracy. Because now members are electronically registered. About members of ABG, all of them do not system, do register the system. Would there be any provision for anybody to go to court? No.
All right. I've spoken at length, and then the idea, the need for unity, and most importantly, calmify at the point. Because sometimes if each way come on board, if I just to harmonize everything and then have one voice and then be on the same plane. Remember, you've been listening to the Good Governance Ministry, where Ezuku kana moto. Itu eziokwu dị apụta agba ya ọtọ, eziokwu akpọrọ ọtọ na-akpagharị, kpọrọ ọtọ, ịmana eziokwu ịmaka mmadụ isi ọgbara ọtọ na-akpa na-epụta na isi mba ajeyiri akwa all those things, mana eziokwu gbara ọtọ nwanne na-abụ na-asị jụ eziokwu jeyiri akwa, eziokwu ajụ na manyi akwa, asị ya jeyiri akwa, ọjụ na manyi akwa. All right, Good Governance Ministry will be speaking with Chinedu Peters, and we'll also be speaking with Ndubisi and Enugu. Let's quickly open the phone lines and then probably bring in their thoughts. Then we refer some questions to them, and they will react to these questions. 0906 14 14 47 8. 0906 14 14 47 8. Or 0703 81 325 15. 0703 81 325 15. Good morning. You're welcome. You're welcome, Kekime.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, because you're saying because things are not balanced, things are not structural, things are lopsided, things are more like tilted to one side. That's the reason why people call for freedom and order. So, but we understand their point. That's the point, that this freedom call and agitation for freedom is basically occasioned by lopsidedness in everything, and then issue of appointment, issue of marginalization and order. That's what we are trying to say. Good morning. You're welcome. You're welcome. Darwin Nekenekime.
Dalo, okay, then go on them.
Dalo. Solution.
Nice. All right, thank you so much. We've got a point. Let's allow NDBC. I know NDBC want to respond to that immediately. All right, guys, let's see a response.
Yeah,
quickly.
my dear brother nke kwuru okwu ikpeazụ, ihe anyị na-ekwukwe n'ebe a bụ ife anyị chọrọ freedom. Onye ọbụla enwere nwa afọ Igbo ọbụla achọrọ freedom, equity, fairness and justice. Then ịkpọzie ya Biafra represents that freedom, which is a nation. It all represents that freedom na inwetara Biafra go freedom, but it doesn't work like that. Ihe anyị na-ekwu clear bụ I do first question, what do we want as ndị Igbo, as a Biafra? Freedom. How do we want it? Or the how afọ bụ ebe nsogbu. Now let me tell you, my brother Nkekwa Ikpeazu, freedom is not given. It is never given. It is never given by you begging, asking. Freedom. Our brother Nana Kanu de Kukanya freedom or na UN. Emotion. This is a mere emotion. Emotional outburst. We are just expressing it. And we can express it for 10 years. And when anybody na give freedom. And when anybody na give Biafra. But freedom is taken. How do you take it? It's either you take it or with Nigeria. Nana the can be a general. This is how to get freedom. It's either war, you are ready to fight a war. Like Ojuku was in charge of the army. He was in charge of, he was administrator. No. I'm giving
on an instance.
Is a fact. You have to get these people to understand. Because if not, somebody will be somewhere deceiving everybody, telling you, I hear what a Biafra, I hear what a freedom. But without mincing word, you have to understand this thing. That if you want Biafra, it's two ways. It's either you are ready to fight Nigeria. If you are not ready to fight Nigeria, it is a political struggle. And a political struggle, or number wins the race. And
being inclusive in political activities.
Yes, political activities in our voters card.
I remember now. I want to emphasize on something because
it's a struggle.
Definitely, because we say that if you want freedom, there are two ways. It's either by political participation,
yes,
or by fighting war.
Yes.
But you're saying that in war now, nobody's fighting war.
Nobody's even interested in it.
Nobody's interested.
Our people are not even interested.
And that one is a cake. It's old-fashioned.
Of course, now.
Nobody's talking about.
But people
are saying that the only way to that is by being involved in political participation, having PVC and all that, electing the right representatives. And when you talk about this issue of restructuring, resource control, regional government, all those things, you use political struggle and political participation to get those things.
Exactly.
Thank you, Injego Maka. But that's the point I'm trying to make. That Oburi won they got today, like it in Anambra November. No.
It's a continuous process.
It's something you have to persist, the fight. Oh, make you lose 7 years, make you lose 8 years.
Before you about those that think that these countries, advanced countries, when you read this sentiment, you want freedom, you want this, you want that, they will close their eyes and take a decision at UN and then give it.
My dear, I could go and say that now. All come the international community, Africans generally. It's not about Ndigo, on the Hausa, on the Yoruba, on the Ghana. The problem of Africa with international community, because they benefit from the failure of African states. They benefit a lot. Because Africa goes in Africa beyond the imagination. But yet never know. Our people must understand that now, just like my brother said, now freedom is taken. It is not given. Nobody is giving it to you. Freedom. And you must understand that it is independence agitation is even a political process. Now I want to buy and see her that now you must first have people, leadership that they are no longer pursuing the interests of their people. They are pursuing their personal interest. And that is what the other people are never make even already on. You can imagine this voting for electronic transmission of results. A presidential aide, but now thanking the people for voting on the interest of the North. What then represents your own interest? So you need a neighbor who represent your interest. And don't forget that the structure of this country gave them more advantage to even have more representatives than you. So in a team, now I say, open the governors in the southeast in the Chikotalon, governors in the south side in the Chikonaton, governors in the southwest, Chikonaton. There you have more strength. You know, I see that now, if this structure that is working against our people, we want it to be reversed. If not, nothing can happen again. Oh, they don't know awkward teaching game here. Not you and I on the street, on the radio, not what's happening. And when I was the only way you can get it right is for you, the people, where the bottom line of power to decide who goes into power. You are not participating. You are giving them what we call walkover. You are giving them walkover. How about a match between two teams? If one team stays the harder because they are not because the referee they go against them. Na fire because the referee they go against them. The other opponent and you get walkover. Good enough for 2 points. Straight. And now if I can amend the ban and that is what we want our people to understand. To live above their sentiment and the emotion. When some ball I now, but you're not against the referee. You're not against the. You have to fight. You have to come into the ring. You must be part of this process before you can get yourself out. It's just mother see when we say that atogenga ketiega kanabo. You see that your interest abroad in gatologi. Abroad ni make cage. Abroad ni make gafe no more. She say we are talking. Your interest in the. How can you come out from there without engaging on those things that held you bound? Nobody must understand. The bottom line majority of our, in fact, the bottom line of our problem when our politicians, none of Southeast, have a sense of leadership. Each channel with the aspiration of Fundibu to the right cause. Made the right politics. The right politics is getting other people to agree to what you agree and the rest of them.
Alright, somebody was actually the other time because we are actually debating a bit, but we're gonna come back to the real issue. And somebody was saying that America gonna give you this, UK gonna give you this, and then somebody reminded him saying, "You're gonna talk about America. America. What about Puerto Rico? Is a country on its own, but America different. America occupied the land is the one administering the external affairs.
Even California wants to go.
Even Navas Island, there are even United States Virgin Islands. The territory, some of these big countries. UK,
How can go?
Scotland,
France,
Scotland,
countries no longer.
So, in a situation whereby America will get that's Nigeria, you know what? You have to leave the people of Southeast. I say America, you know what? You have to leave Puerto Rico. You have to leave United States of Virgin Island. You have to, because I'm telling you.
Yes.
You can't tell us what you are doing. I don't understand it. That you're telling us what you are. Okay, leave Puerto Rico. Leave these people because you're holding them.
Economic interest, even in that body.
International politics. So that's why every international community, if you don't know who comes to equity,
comes with a clean hand.
Who will talk on your behalf when they are doing the same thing?
Not the same people.
That other country you think that are against you that are doing. But the most important thing is the fact, just like you have emphasized here, the idea for this is not to discourage anybody. The idea is for people to have this wisdom and have this knowledge, right?
Exactly.
And most importantly, whatever you do as a person and whatever you try to, achieve, fine and good. But the most important thing, the need for you to participate actively in political process. That's the message here.
Organize, organize.
Get your PVCs.
Exactly.
And at the same time, have a big say. And that's why people, but anybody could electronic transmission, and you're telling people to participate actively in political process, and then also use that political process and participation to get these freedoms, certain freedoms that are thinking of. Now the question now is, if INEC and possibly the agenda, according to what you people said here, as expressed by Senior Special Assistant Media to the Deputy Speaker, upon at the end of the day, medals here, what becomes, because people will lose confidence.
It is a struggle.
If I may leave a virtual Adam go be before now how Adam pour the spirit of the people. Galin will believe in the process. That's why we say it is a struggle, it is a fight. And let me tell you, I've go me here at time and over. And you say that Naira, for instance, Anambra State, and this will be the last time we get emphasized on this. The people want the power. And AI actually activate is what we call political revolution. Not political election. Political revolution. The political revolution got activated na Anambra State. Ma when I mobilize here 1 million votes. Can go against you on any politician on Anambra State, no matter how much you keep, that can mobilize 1 million voters.
No, the last election out of apparently to the 500.
That is what I'm telling you. On what they finally need to pull together.
And then if you look at it,
but you believe in a Biafra 2 million.
More than Anambra State, actually more than 5 million. No, neither not registered. There are more than 3 million.
So if this
online registration,
so if you want to say that you're trying to say that if this struggle is channeled into political participation,
yes. Exactly,
the people will decide who becomes the governor.
Exactly,
they will decide who becomes the senator.
How can I make a election? Nobody can election. I'll go for.
People they want are those that will represent.
It's part of them.
Be the starting point of Biafra.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines because I know many of them will disagree and some of them will say, no, you are not. You don't know what you're talking about. Some will say, okay, you know what you are talking about. Let's quickly go back and then get the talk from this. Good morning.
Yeah, hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Tony.
Yeah, we're going to get you.
I'm making
Thank you.
Yes, I'm telling you,
Can I forget?
okay, sorry, what happened if I just innocent to go at it? Yeah, and then about some people, I'm not doing it anti-Biafra. I don't know about that. Now, always, I can watch. For instance, when there's a higher part of one European country, if it's a member of European Union, always the political background has to be ready so that if we ever or people who are in Africa. Now, this regional government, they are trying to all people forward to what that I want the you don't vote, you don't do anything. I want the Buhari is able to I think sometimes I go, motor party argument. That person has been okay to the canon. Now, I am about your timber. Yeah, I'm on less than so I asked somewhere, and the only from one and when nationalistic movement, and when nationalist movement, when West Africa to the all the 3 times before, and where I am not so wide from Britain. You don't think it will come like no will listen to it. Now, a war to say as modern thing, you know, everything to be through the war, these people will defend him. You want to have the what you cannot match them. You want people through to them cannot. But on one move that over here, you have to do this democratic rule given a century. But over the time, but he just knows that even here, I don't know, he's breaking away. It is not that honestly speaking that tomorrow, because American and now will interest and oil, I've been telling you in a pretend. And so here, I have started here from regional government. The irrespective of the fact that our representatives now, but they will not remain here forever.
Yes.
Because not remain here forever. If I have a now, the man will come and I think like this. They will be at I go to the right people. And then the right people here they protect their people. Look at them now. Letting each other. How many people protect their region? But our people are just scattered. First of all, I have to organize. Then we start through that process. That regionalism we just done. Okay, I have no progression. Through this progression, finally, the number you are talking about is you are giving. But this is one that this is here to go. People are not many people are there, but then what they are about. How do I get to all of iPhone? But in Nigeria, nobody will give it to you unless you start doing the process. Then start to really start going 100 days. I think we'll go 1 to do that.
All right, thank you so much. We are taking so much of time. Thank you so much for gradually coming up. No, that's not the issue. Remember, let's not digress. That's not the issue because most times, whenever you begin this kind of statement, and begin this kind of topic,
Line of
be ready to. You have to really be lettered. When I say about lettered, I believe it's different when you say that somebody's educated. Educated means when you can speak, when you can write. But when you're lettered, when you can do some research, find some things, and then apply some kind of national wisdom. The one thing about life is this. I always, most times, last time, the program we are on, this one was the best teacher. Vicarious experience or personal experience. It was a personal experience. But all this, let's go back to the front lines and see if we can just please one, and then we'll come back to you, to the EPS, and then to the so we can wrap it up, eh? Remember, it's not for anything. Good morning, you're welcome. You're welcome, Miss Teacher.
Good morning.
I don't want to say that I want to make a plan for Nigeria election. Because they don't know what on it for it. They could matter that go through. And we get the issue of that because I want to say that based on you that I'm an only who out of Iran and then I because it's not from members of our team. We will be after, but it's not from members of our team. It's a fact road. But then I made a mistake. I just voted for the taking of their choice. My name is Somebody, and I talked about the taking of their choice. I wouldn't know about what to do. They practice. You know that from the nation. So, who now dies for good? I would read it more. Who now, I'm what it is all good. Manu, you put Namara.
All right, thank you so much. Just like I was saying before now, why we in a democracy is if you cannot dialogue, you cannot really, in any case, solve any problem. Dialogue brings solution to everything. But then, when Chinedu was talking about to vote, go and vote, go and get a PVC, participate in the electoral process and all that. That if you sit down in your home and chat, give us the effort that nobody will give you, nobody will listen to you. And then when you believe that the international community will come on board, that they will not even listen to you because they have their own target is economic interest. They have interest, that's where their interest lies. But somebody felt that you are kicking against a group. Yes. But then, I wanted to react to this.
Honestly speaking, there is no need to react to that.
You don't want to react to
because
I know that if you do, that's not what you're not kicking against anybody.
No, that's
not discouraging anybody from but you're saying what you think is a possible way.
You see, many of these people don't even know what they are doing because they don't know where we started. I mean, just put it that way. I will advise the person that called to make a research and ask who is Asuzu Chinedu Peters. That is just the only thing. That's just the only thing he has to ask for. Then, what we are doing on this platform is to mobilize our people
to vote,
to come out en masse. What we are preaching is not.
I want you to react to something. We're looking at time. Somebody said the same votes you're asking people to come out and vote, come out all the time. You be able to see them and come out, go to PVC, get out. But that it happened in Imo State. We are the fourth person became the first.
It is not. Listen, what happened in Imo State? Listen, what happened in Imo State is the failure of the people. Many of them shouting that God did not come out to vote.
No election.
And the person that they were even agitating for does not even represent their interest. That is the main thing they have to understand. Does not even represent the agitation.
But even if it doesn't represent their interest for the fact that that's the person they want.
Now, listen. If you want the person, you don't sit back in your house to want the person.
So you don't just come out, go home.
You come out en masse and vote
and stay there.
Not even. Let me tell you, how many votes are we talking about? We are talking about a political revolution. We want all the people who believe they want freedom for Ndi Igbo to come out en masse and vote for the person that represents their aspiration. Can you get a vote 1 week ago? If I now want the banable, only for do your hands, they needed small number of people to validate their stay in office continuously. Those who do not want to hear your aspiration, they don't even want you to come close to mention that thing you want. All they want is to remain in power, and they need fewer people to do that. And I can guarantee you, when you stay out, you don't want to participate. They will see the fewer people who are very hungry and who are very hungry to use them to revalidate themselves. Here in Agwandebani, we are mobilizing 1 million voters.
In this coming election?
Yes.
In this coming election?
Yes. And by Mezilia,
next time when we come, because
we'll continue with it.
We're going to continue with maybe the idea of people for
coming
the first
out
time. And I have said, if you had listened to one program I did last week, I said, since 1999, there had never been 30% voters turnout in Anambra State.
You're correct. You are right.
Since 1990, apart from the one they wrote in 2007, and I gave exception because in 2007 it was something they wrote, which Supreme Court voided. There had never been 30%. The highest we have had in voters turnout was 24%.
You are right, Tony.
So we have been boycotting election all these years.
Let's quickly
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I don't know if you can just keep one thing.
Yes, what I want to say is just to encourage our people that the right way to secure freedom is to be part of the electoral process. You must be part of it. This online voters registration that is ongoing, I am part of it. Seriously, I noticed that a lot of our people have not registered, and the online has given us power to register.
Just call 0810-420-7522 to be part of what we are doing.
All right, thank you so much. We'll do this next week Thursday. You have a wonderful day. Up next is News at 12.